Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Adulting with Dion, where we try to clear some doubts about adulting. Grab a drink, take a seat, and let's begin. Today we're talking about content creation, and as you can see, today is the last episode of Adulting, and I think it's quite apt that we are talking about content creation because this podcast is also part of my journey of doing content creation. So yeah, and with that said, it is actually my current profession. Like I'm doing content creating like almost full time. Yeah, I'm not really doing anything else. So this is like my full time job now. So I am a content creator that is still like figuring out my content style, my niche, my platforms, and like potential and stuff. So I think we can like try to figure out together. So you should know that I'm currently a degree student at SUSS and also running a small business on the side. But I have like completed my degree program, so I'm left with like my Korea exchange trip to like fully complete the degree and then graduate. And then the small business that I'm doing, I'm only like taking in like customization now, so not so much of bringing in new collections, new products. So what I want to say is that I'm doing content creation like now, like full time. So I would say that I'm a content creator on Lemonade and TikTok as well. I officially like pursue content creation as like a side hustle slash passive income at the start of this year. So like I think around January. And before that, I was a cabin crew, if you don't already know. Yeah, and as cabin crew, we are technically not allowed to like film anything in our uniform, and we're not allowed to endorse any products that will be considered as like moonlighting, or even like accept like ad deals. So we cannot do like advertisement or commercials. You have to apply for like special requests for you to do this kind of deals. And also like I was very busy with work, both work and like my small business, so I don't have the time to go and think about content creating. It was towards the end of my flying career, I think like March of last year. Yeah, Lemonade approached me to use their platform to post content and it will be like paid. So I thought like, you know what, like actually I can do that, you know, since there's money involved. I can like do it on the side. Yeah, I'll put in more effort to do it. So the deal is I'm supposed to post 10 posts per month, and then I'll get around like $350. So that's essentially $35 per post, which I think was like quite great. Yeah, you don't have to really do anything, you just have to take some photos, write some content, and then post it. You get like $35. Yeah. From what I know, right, they actually stopped approaching people to like do this thing. I'm not sure if it's because it was not working or it worked, and then now there are like already a steady stream of people posting on Lemonade, so they like stopped that. So I went back to like search in my Gmail. I realized that Lemonade actually like approached me to join their platform. I think when they first started, 2020 if I'm not wrong, 2018 or 2019, no, 2020, I don't know. They were just inviting me to post on the platform. There were no like compensation involved. So I was also like, what is this platform? I don't know what is this about, so I didn't really join. Like I think I had a little traction or like a little following on TikTok. That's where the Lemonade people like noticed me from. Yeah, then they sort of approached me to invite me to come on the platform. Yeah, I'm just speculating. I'm not 100% like sure that's what happened, but yeah. Okay, so let me start with Lemonade. That's where my content creation journey like began, like officially. When I first started on Lemonade, it was rather like easy, like because I have not talked about a lot of things online, so there were a lot of materials for me to work with. I can use like old photos or previous, or like photos that I've taken before, and then like share them. Things like, you know, joining SQ, starting a small business. Gradually, like it became more and more difficult to think of ideas and content to post. Yeah, and to make things worse, right, Lemonade like started to restrict us in terms of the topics that we can post to be paid for. At the start, it was like, oh, just post 10 posts, you can earn like $350 for it. There's a minimum of like 3 photos and 100 words. So when they started to restrict the topics that we can write about to like family or finance or like career, it was like more difficult because I used to post like cafe recommendations or things to do in JB or travel, and then eventually they also stopped paying us to do it completely. Yeah, but like now, even without the money, I still post on Lemonade, like sometimes, you know, to share my experience and recommendations to like my Lemonade followers. Yeah, it is also a Lemonade where the brands come and find me to work with. Yeah, I don't know why, but there are like more companies on Lemonade compared to like TikTok or Instagram, for me at least. So I've got like furniture brands, aesthetic clinics, skincare that wants to work with me, and when I ask them where they know me from, it's usually like lemonade. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I think the bad thing about lemonade, or rather the difficult thing about lemonade, is that you have to post two content. You have to post like photos and your word passage as well. So your article, it cannot be like you post nice photos and then your caption is just one caption, or you post one photo and then it's a long article. Like, I think people would prefer posts that have long articles and more photos as well. Yeah, they do have like templates on the app. Yeah, templates to like edit your photos, and also templates to write your articles. So that's good, I guess. For me, I use Procreate to edit my lemonade photos because I like to draw a lot, and I use like Lightroom to edit some of my photos in terms of the colors. And then for the article writing, I usually use like the PEL method, or just use the template that Lemonade already have. So what I realized, right, I think hashtag is very efficient on Lemonade. So do hashtag your things, your articles. Oh, and also like Lemonade is amazing because they are constantly pushing out content to like your followers or non-followers. What I meant about content is like old content. So it can be a post that you posted like maybe 3 months back. People like now are still looking at it. It's not like Instagram or TikTok where they will like stop pushing out content after 1 week the post has been posted. Right now, like I don't really post as much, but I still get a consistent engagement and interaction from like new users on Lemonade. So yeah, if you guys are not on Lemonade, go and check it out. It's quite good. I get all my career recommendations from there, or like travel advice, or life advice and financial advice also. Okay, let's talk about my TikTok journey. Yeah, I'm currently like a TikTok shop creator. So I work with like TikTok shop team to promote some products for different brands. If you enjoy like TikTok shop, you should definitely go and sign up as a creator and earn affiliate income whenever someone buys a product from your product link. The profit, right, for TikTok shop, it ranges from like 5% to 20% or even more sometimes. But if you're a TikTok shop creator, then your commission is higher. There's more space for you to like negotiate. But usually the rate is like 10%, the affiliate rate. So I know of TikTok shop back when it first started because I wanted to sell my crystal bracelets. But then I didn't want to sell my crystal bracelet on my business account. I wanted to sell it on my personal account because I have more following. So I also signed up as a TikTok shop creator, and then that's where it all started. And then I eventually got invited to TikTok shop festival, where I got to talk with brands and then talk about collaboration and stuff, and then it grew from there. So how TikTok shop works, right, is that in the marketplace there are some products that you can request for a free sample, and then after you request for the sample, the seller or the brand will have to approve it, and once they approve it, you will be sent a free product. There is an agreement that you have to make with TikTok shop before you like send out the request. So the requirement, right, is that you either have to post a video with the product link on the video and then leave it on your page for at least 3 weeks, or you do a live stream and then have the product link on the live stream page for at least 10 minutes. I do both. Like, it really depends on whether you're like a live streamer or you're like a video creator. I do both, and then I tend to make videos for the products that I really like, or like if the brands explicitly say that they want a video, then I'll make a video for them. There are also some products that I got right and then I'm not really satisfied with the products. I will also like do video for it. It is not like you cannot say anything bad about the brand. Yes, in a way you're burning the bridge, but then if their product is not really good, I think it reflects on the other products as well. Yeah, so it really depends on how you want to do this. Okay, so that's all for like TikTok and Lemonade. Let's talk about when I first got started in this industry. So I'm gonna be honest, the first few deals that I got was not paid. Yeah, it was a non-paid deal. It was like a product exchange kind of barter collaboration. I took them because I don't really have any content to post. That's not really true because you can post the content that you already have, but then I wanted to be like more official, so that I can put it on my like portfolio, yeah, which I will talk about later. So like the different brands that I work with, I can put them in my portfolio. But then now I made a promise with my friend Zoe, Hello Imaginations. So she also got started on this UGC content creation journey. So we make a promise to each other that we will not do content that is not paid for. And also you have to, I don't know if you know this, but you have to pay taxes for these products. Yeah. So now I'm not taking in any like non-paid deals. So if you want to work with me, please come with like compensation, either in like products that's worth more or money with actual money compensation. So back when I first started, I found out about this thing called rate card or your media card. I follow this like American creator that talks about like being a content creator or UGC creator, and then she also manages other creators' content as well. That's where I found out about rate cards. Yeah, so it's basically a page or a card that shows you how much you charge for the different kind of content that you do, the different platforms, and like extra charges for it. Like I created mine on Adobe Illustrator, but I did get like the template online. Just Google like rate cards. You can see what are the different things that people do add in for their rates. So I make a Google document for it. So it's like, I call it like the media kit. So I will send this media kit to brands or companies that want to work with me, and then they will know how much I charge for the different kind of content that I do. And when I first finished it, I show it to my marketing friends and some of my influencer friends that I have. I was charging too much. As someone that just started in the industry, I was charging a lot, they say. I wanted to charge like $500 for one post, but I eventually dropped it down to like $300 for a TikTok video that is posted on my page. There's like an integrated TikTok. But then the reality is that the brands that you're working with or companies, they will always try to cut your rates. So like I think always try to start with something higher so that they can like have space to negotiate. But then if you think that the company is good and if you want to cut your rates, then go ahead. There are like big brands that can maybe benefit you in the long term. Yeah, why not? If you can like justify your rates as well, then convince the brand to match your rates or just not work at all. Some things that you should consider including like your loading fee, your usage rights, additional service such as like video editing and photo editing. So I've did some campaigns where they will usually send me a video concept. I will record all the raw files and then they will do the editing. So that's great. But if a company wants you to do everything yourself, then maybe you want to charge more, yeah, because there's more work involved. So I think it's very good that it'll be good if you have a rate card or this media kit ready on hand to send to brands whenever they ask about your rates. And I think over time you can increase your rates slowly. Once you get into the industry and you make friends, you will sort of know what is the market rate for the different things. So you can adjust your rates. What I like to do is I like to do like bundle deals. So for a 60 seconds video, you maybe charge $200 for one platform. So let's say like TikTok. You can bundle it to say like you can do a cross posting on Instagram and TikTok for an additional like $50 or $20. Brands will usually like that. Then they will just chip in the $20 or $50, and then you earn more for the same amount of work that you do. On top of the media kit, I do have a portfolio page that I make on like Canvas, yeah, to show brands and companies the previous works that I've done or like collaborations that I've done. This portfolio page, right, is usually what I use to send to companies that I want to work with and then convince them that they should work with me. So not so much of the rates yet. Only if they're interested, then I'll send them the rates. Yeah, I think that's better. So in this portfolio, right, I do include like my statistics, my number of following, my engagement rates, so the different age group that I target in terms of my content. So yeah, so the rate card is mainly to show your rates, and then your portfolio is to show your previous works. Yeah, and then I also make sure to have a page where I include all the brands. So eventually this one page will become two page will become three page, because there will be a lot of brands that I'm working with. So how do I find brands to work with? Like I mentioned, some of the brands, they approach me on Lemonade or on TikTok or even like Instagram. Sometimes they email me as well. Like with that said, right, I do have like my email in my bio for all of my platforms, so that brands know where to contact me if they don't want to like do a DM. Yeah. There are also collaborations where I went out to email them as well. Like so Kills, they had a open invitation for their Kills creator community. So I think a friend of mine sent me the link, and then I just signed up and I eventually joined them. It was very fun. So they have a new batch of creators now. So like sort of like graduated, but still really enjoyed the workshops that I went through, all the briefings and all the content that I created for Kills. Yeah, and Kills is a very good brand. So if you guys are curious, right, go and check out Kills. Their skincare is amazing. So yeah, so that's how I joined Kills. For like smaller brands, I think you can like DM them on Instagram or TikTok. I heard of people like getting replies and then eventually like working with them because of these DMs. So recently I went out with like Kills creators to like have a dinner and catch up. I found out that they have this creator community on like Telegram of like nano or micro influencers, and then there will be people who are like sharing UGC deals, collaborations, open invitations, which I think you can check it out. I'm not part of it. I'm not really actively looking for like deals like that. I think there are more competitions when the brands are like doing open invitations like that. Okay, so yeah, so that's more of like the behind the scenes stuff about content creating. Let's talk about the content itself. Yeah, when you are content creating, you need to find like your niche, your audience, and also maintain like consistent. There is like 3 pillars of content creating in order for you to like to build an audience. Yeah, so firstly it is consistency, quality, and engagement. So you want to make sure that you post at least like once or twice a week. If you are really very busy, post at least once in 2 weeks. You need to let people know that you are active online and you are worth following for them. And then I think with consistency, people also can take note when you usually post, and they can follow up on your content as well. So next, quality. Quality stands for like the value that your content provides. So it can be value in terms of like information, entertainment, or inspiration. So information is basically the knowledge that your content provides. It can be something new that you're sharing or a different way of doing things. Then entertainment value is basically the amount of emotions that your content evokes. It can be sad, it can be happy, it can be excitement. As long as your content evokes some sort of emotions, you sort of can catch the attention of people. So for inspiration, it is quite self-explanatory. You just have to inspire someone. It can be inspired to work, inspired to exercise, inspired to do better. Yeah, and you have to make sure that your content is well researched, well produced, and also polished. I think it is more important that it is more like well researched rather than polished, because you don't really need like fancy cameras or fancy equipment to produce like high quality content. Like this, it's an iPhone, and then I have a GoPro, I have a DSLR, but really you don't really need all this. You just need the iPhone. Yeah, just film with your phone. I think it's good enough. But also make sure that you have good sound quality. You don't want to have like sounds of trains passing past or like just noise that is very distracting. The last pillar I think is the hardest to achieve, which is engagement. Engagement is basically how you get your viewers to interact with your content. It can be liking, sharing, reposting, or to go even further than that is to comment and start a dialogue in the comment section. I think that's what companies would want and brands would want, is for you to engage, to get engagement for them. Yeah. So in your content, you can of course encourage people to leave their opinions in the comments. It can be ask your viewers questions, or usually they have this thing called CTA, which is call to action. It is where creators at the end like tell you to do something. It can be buy now, it can be sign up now, or check it out today, something like that. I think it's very important to reply, and to reply to like comments or DMs. It can be a simple opinion or it can be a compliment. I think it is very good to reply so that your viewers know that their opinion matter or that you are active. It's not like you're someone that's online just to show off your content, just to post your content and not interact with your followers. So like I think this way you can encourage more interactions and also build a little community of your own. Slowly. I talked about like niche. So like in order for you to like produce good content, you have to find your niche, and your niche is basically your specialized like segment of the market, and then this market is basically content creation. So anything on the internet, I guess. The common niches are like beauty, skincare, gaming, travel, finance, health, and like a lot more. If you can think about it, right, there is probably a community of people that is like constantly consuming the content. It can be like anime, it can be plants. So you have to find out what's your niche, and one way to find out is basically you just post all sorts of content and then see which one has the most engagement. And for like different kind of niche, I think there are different ways to film. So like I used to consume journaling video content a lot, like on YouTube. So for journaling, right, it's more about the design and the pens and markers that they use. So it's like a flat lay and then they just design and then they just show off their journals. So that's very simple. But then if you do skincare, then skincare people will want to see your face. It's like a before and after. So you have to cater your content to the niche that you have. So as for me, I am currently like focusing on like lifestyle, skincare and fashion a little bit. I think it's very generic. I usually just post whatever I want. Like I do not plan my content like weeks in advance. It's usually just like 1 week in advance. Unless it's like a 30 days challenge, then I'll probably have to plan it 1 month in advance. And if it's a collaboration or paid content, I will probably plan it weeks in advance so that I can come up with like the ideas, the concept, and then let the brand like approve it. So if you like see me ranting in my TikTok videos, I'm probably ranting on the day itself. I'm posting right away because I just want to rant. Some other niche topics that I did before probably would be like cabin crew content, solo traveling, and also a little bit of like comedy. So I used to do the anti-any videos, right? Some people will like know me from that. So I guess that's comedy, but I don't want to do comedy anymore. It's kind of embarrassing. I managed to appear on the news like twice. Once for solo traveling. I was on Straits Times for one of their feature articles with 4 other creators. Recently, I was on Channel News Asia and also Channel 8 News for the SQ321 turbulence incident. The Straits Times one was a written article, and then the journalist Lauren, she found me on Lemonade. So I wrote about my travels, and she wanted to write my story like on the news. So that's where she found me from. Actually, I did an episode about solo traveling. You guys can go and check it out if you're interested. And then for the Channel News Asia interview, right, it was done over Zoom. Then the journalist found me from Instagram, but I'm not sure like whether he knows me like from TikTok, Lemonade, or Instagram, because I think he probably knows me before that. Then when the incident happened, he just approached me on Instagram to be interviewed for the news lah. So I think it's good to leverage some of like my social media to get on the news, and then when I got on the news, use it to leverage my content creating as well. So when I was in the Straits Times article, I managed to plug my small business because that's what I was doing. So I managed to get like my small business name on the article. And then for CNA, I managed to showcase some of my products at the background. It was a very impromptu thing. I wasn't even thinking about it. It was featured. I also managed to feature my sister, a little crop out photo of my sister in the background. And then I think this kind of thing can be used on my portfolio, I guess. As for UGC creation, that's user generated content creation. I use like platforms such as Collabster and Any Creator. These are platforms that have like open invite for any creators to like work with the different brands. There might be a little requirement for you to join. There's like a minimum number of followers on the different platforms. As you post more content, like more brands, more marketing team who are on these platforms, they will take note of your content, I guess. They will be on the lookout for creators to work with. So what I recommend is to post more. Can be about your favorite product, favorite services, things that you already have. So you don't really have to go out of your way to like purchase products. I recently got into acting as well. I did a little commercial for one of our like government organizations. It was for like an AED advertisement. Yeah, it was. I'm not sure it'll be on like social media or it'll be on TV, but it was quite fun. Like I got referred to it from a friend of mine. He is a producer on the shoot. Then he knew that I was doing content creation like full time, so he sort of DM'd me to ask me to go down for audition. Then after the audition, I managed to get a little role in the commercial, so I was quite happy about that. It's not out yet. I don't think it's out yet. If it's out, I will link it in the description box. But I can tell you that acting in a commercial is completely different from acting in like a social media video kind of ad kind of thing. It pays better because I think working with bigger companies, like with bigger projects on one commercial, they are willing to pay more instead of like campaigns where the brand will engage like several influencers or creators to work with. Then the budget is like smaller. With that said, I'm also like in casting groups on Telegram and Facebook. Once in a while, I'll go and check out the castings and then see if I'm interested. I went for like 2 auditions before and I managed to get one for one of the student projects just to try out. That was so stressful. That was during like COVID period. I was freaking bored, and then when I saw this, I was like, you know what, let's give it a try. I guess what I'm trying to say is to like, go out there, do your research, go and explore the different possibilities in terms of like content creation. Find like-minded people. You can get advice from them. Yeah, who knows, you might end up on the news, you might end up on TV. You might be a face of a brand. I don't know. You have to aim high. All this can also be done when you have a full-time job. Like if your job like allows you to have a secondary like job, then you can of course do content creation. It's quite fun, provided you have to be hardworking enough to balance both. Yeah, because it can be quite a lot to handle. I think if there's one thing that you need to learn from this episode is to just do whatever you want to do and give it a try. If you want to do content creation, give it a try. If this thing is not working, try another method. If you want to work with a certain brand, go and DM them. If you know of like influencers that work with a certain brand that you want to work with, ask them, can I get a contact? Can I be referred to? I would like love to work with them. Yeah, so like go and try. You never try, you never know. Like that's how I started. So today's lesson is to go out there and try everything. Try everything. And I think that's all for today. If you didn't learn anything from today's episode, I hope that you have at least enjoyed it a little bit. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. This is the last episode of Adulting with Dion. I have shared whatever I wanted to share, which is basically these 12 topics that I did share on like my Lemonade and TikTok and stuff. So I wanted to make it more like one bite-sized podcast, I guess. Not sure if I'll be doing a season 2. So my plan is to do a season 2 where it's Adulting with Dion and friends. Like if you want a season 2, then let me know. I don't know what to talk about, but it can be like different things that are more common, like my first times or like career, dealing with hate comments online. But like thinking about it, I think it will be a lot of work because I need to get a better space. Like now I'm like filming in my room. But in the meantime, if you are not following me on my socials, please follow me at Dion G Dion. So that's Dion Dion Dion. You'll see a lot more content there, I guess, because I will be traveling to Korea soon. If you're watching this on YouTube, please help me like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions, tips for content creating. If you're on Spotify, please help me rate 5 stars if you haven't already done so. I'll see you on Instagram, TikTok, or Lemonade, whichever you're following me. So like I said, I'm going to Korea in like 7 days for a month. Let me know if you have any recommendation, please. Yeah, I will be vlogging. I'll be doing a lot of content, like Korean content. So I shall see you there. Goodbye. Bye. 안녕히 계세요.
A former crew member says that they are trained to ensure passenger safety and are well prepared for emergencies.
As a cabin crew, we'll try to maintain as calm as possible. Because if you are not professional at the times like this, who can they trust? They have to trust someone who is calm, who is composed, and just be ready to face this kind of situation. And then when you talk to them, I guess it's the way you talk to them. Assure them that you'll be all right. Turbulence do happen, and then this is just a severe case, but we'll get through this.
He reminds people to buckle up